Hello, welcome to the Self Learning Podcast by Dr. Sushma Singh. Let us start discussion on Unit 9 Class and Legitimacy. In this unit, we shall be discussing two important concepts of sociology, class and legitimacy. In the first part of this unit, we shall be concentrating on the concept of class as elaborated by the Karl Marx. In the second part, we shall be dealing with the notion of legitimacy as propagated by Max Weber. Let us begin with the concept of class. Class in conventional sense is a collectivity or a group of people who have some characteristics in common. Several scholars have identified several characteristics in identifying classes. They have also located the position of class in the society in different ways. For Marx, economic position is the prime in locating class of a group of people in the society. To put it very simply, class to him is a category of people who have common economic interest against those of others classes in the society. These to him are the objective economic conditions for the formulation of classes in the society. To him, however, class is not only an economic category but also a social force to bring about changes in the society. Here he emphasizes on the issue of subjective consciousness as the key factor for the transformation of the economic categories of the class as the change agents to bring about revolution in the society. Thus, to him, a category of people with a common economic interest versus other form class in itself. And when this class in itself is mediated by the subjective class consciousness, it emerges to be class for itself. Indeed, it is revolutionary class who is ready for action and change in the society. It is important that class is not static social category. Rather, it undergoes a process of transformation of the society. In each of economic stage of every society, class is distinctly placed with distinctive social and historical roles. We have to understand this in detail. The Marxian concept of class relation and change. Now let us move to the point class relation and change. In all stages of economic transformation of society, there have been specific forms of class struggles. Social classes, according to Karl Marx, are main agents of social change. The change is, however, based on class conflict. Thus, to him, the history of all hitherto existing society is the history of class struggles. Freeman and slave, patrician and plebeian, lord and serf, guild master and journeyman. In a world, oppressor and oppressed stood in constant opposition to one another, carried on an uninterrupted, now hidden, now open fight. A fight that each time ended either in a revolutionary reconstitution of society at large or in the common ruin of the contending classes. Classes to marks are formed based on objective material conditions. These are groups of people with a common economic position, vice those of the other classes. In essence, this economic interest is conflicting and contradictory to each other's class position. These class relations get transformed for hostile action against each other with the intermediation of class consciousness. The objective material conditions form the basis for the formation of class in itself, which get transformed in class for itself in the process of transversing of subjective class consciousness. To Karl Marx, though the class relation was very complicated in the earlier epoch of history, in the modern stage of capitalism, this has been simplified. In the modern capitalist society, new classes, however, have emerged with new conditions of oppression and new form of struggle between the bourgeois, the owner of the production, that is the haves, and the proletariat, that is the have-nots. According to Marx, under capitalism, wage laborers are paupers who grow more rapidly than the population and wealth. The essential conditions both for the existence and sway of the bourgeois class is the formation and augmentation of capital. The advance of industry, whose involuntary promoter is the bourgeois, replaces the isolation of the laborers due to the completion by their revolutionary combination due to association. The development of modern industry therefore cuts from under its feet the very foundation on which the bourgeois produces and appropriates products. What the bourgeois therefore produces above all is its grave diggers. Its fall and the victory of the proletariat are equally inevitable. Now let us wind up the session and take rest. Thank you very much for engaging yourself with the Self Learning podcast.